The Dreadful Crime of Kadima the Hare, a Humbakushu story. Once upon a time, say the Humbakush people, Kadima the Hare had an agreement with Nthu, the leopardess. In exchange for guarding the leopardess's 3 cubs while she was away hunting, Kadima was given a share of the kill for his supper. This convenient arrangement worked very well until a hard drought came to the land. The wild animals which Nthu hunted all moved away to find water in other regions, and times became very hard for the leopardess, her cubs, and Kadima. Day after day, Nthu came home with nothing for them to eat, and soon they were starving. Then one day, Nthu came home to find that Kadima was eating, and when questioned as to how he had come by the food when she, the finest hunter in the land, had failed to find anything, Kadima replied that a little duiker had wandered past the cave. He had managed to catch and kill it. But the truth was that the meat Kadima was eating was really one of the leopardess's cubs. The next day, Nthu hunted again, and the wicked Kadima killed another of her cubs and ate it. When the leopardess returned empty-handed again that evening, she lay down wearily and asked Kadima to bring her cubs so that they could be nursed. The crafty Kadima carried the one remaining cub to Nthu 3 times, and so tricked her into believing all her cubs were alive and well. The next morning, after Nthu had departed, Kadima was so tempted by his hunger that he killed and ate the last leopard cub. To cover his crime, he laid false trails to and from the cave, scratching up the undergrowth and breaking branches to make it look as though there had been a great fight. Then he went down to the dried up waterhole and painted himself bright red with ochre. When Nthu returned home, he staggered towards her, weeping, and told her that her cubs had been killed by men who had carried them off to be eaten. He had tried to defend them, he said, but the hunters had beaten him off, and he had almost bled to death from his wounds, and he pointed to the red stains on his fur. Poor Nthu! Her roar of grief and rage shook the heavens. In a terrible fury, she set off towards the nearest kraal, determined to take her revenge upon the people who had killed her children. However, just as the leopardess was about to spring upon a group of young herd boys from the village, a loud voice cried out from the treetops, "Nthu!" It was the spy of the bushveld, the go-away bird. "Nthu!" he screamed again. "Kadima was the wicked one who killed your children, not the good people of the village." Nthu turned back in rage to seek out Kadima, but Kadima had heard the bird and fled in terror. Nthu the leopardess never caught Kadima the hare, but it is said by the Humbakush people that she searches still. That is why the leopardess is wary and now always hunts alone. And that is why the hare runs for its life without even looking back if you should come upon it unawares. That terrible Kadima and poor Nthu.